And the second bit today, factorising. So remembering common factor first, then difference of squares, then trinomial. Look for them in this order. Sometimes there's a common factor which makes the other ones easier. So we'll try and get extra bullet point. We'll get extra bullet points later on in the higher course when we look at polynomials, but we don't need them now. So common factor, what we're looking at is we've got 3ab squared plus 9ab. So we're looking at the number factors, the a factors and the b factors. So we're looking at the highest common factor of those. So the highest common factor of 3 and 9 is 3. The highest common factor of a and a is a. And the highest common factor of b squared and b is b. So 3ab comes out. What's left inside? Well, we've taken 3a out and a b. So we're left still with a b because there's two b's, remember, multiplying. Here, 3ab, 9ab. So we've taken out the ab. 3 watts are 9, 3 threes. Similarly for this one, you've got 6x squared y cubed minus 9x cubed y squared. Highest common factor of 6 and 9 is 3. Highest common factor of x squared and x cubed is x squared. Highest common factor of y cubed and y squared is y squared. So we've got 3x squared y squared. So 3 2s are 6. We pulled the x squared out and a y squared, so we're left with 1y. So it's 2y. Here, 3 3s are 9. We pulled an x squared out, so we're left with an x. And we pulled the y squared out, so there isn't another y squared. You can check by multiplying back in. Is 2 3s are 6? And y times y cubed? Yes, it is. Is 3 3s are 9? And x times x squared is x cubed? Yes, it is. So, on to the difference of squares. So, we're basically using this fact up here. A plus b times a minus b is a squared minus b squared. If we can go that way, we can certainly go back the way. So that's what we're looking at. So what we're looking at is 9x squared minus 16y squared. So what squared is 9x squared? Well, that's 3x all squared. And what squared is 16y squared? That's 4y all squared. So that becomes 3x all squared. This becomes 4y all squared. We have it in this form, so it's 3x add 4y, 3x minus 4y. You don't need to put that line in. I'm just showing you have to get some whole thing squared, some whole thing squared. You can't just do 9x squared and 16. You've got to actually go down to that level. So what about this one? We've got t to the 4 minus t minus 1. So t to the 4, if you think about it, is t squared squared. Again, using our indices rules. So t squared squared minus 1 squared. So that's t squared add 1. T squared minus 1, but this bit here is also another difference of squares. T all squared, 1 squared again, so it's t add 1, t minus 1, so our total answer is t squared plus 1, bracket, t squared, t plus 1, t minus 1. Then we're on to the trinomials. So I've kind of done it in a way I kind of do it, and it might be slightly different from the way you've done it before. I'm just doing it in a visual way. You should be able to at higher do these by inspection. So here I tend to take the x squared term, take the x term and take the number term. So here we need two things that multiply to give us x squared, so it's got to be x and x. Then we look at things that multiply to give us 6. So 3 times 2 is 6 and 6 times 1 is 6. We then do the cross to signify us multiplying into the other bracket. So 2x and 3x, how do I get them to make positive 5? They've both got to be positive. And are they both positive? Yes, we get a positive here. Be careful, because can I get 1x and 6x to make positive 5x? Yes, I could. So if I'd done it the other way around, I could have had positive 6 minus 1, but these two have to multiply to give you this one. And negative 6... So positive 6 times negative 1 does not give you positive 6. Positive 3 times positive 2 does give you positive 6. So be careful, do the check. So here, x squared minus 3x minus 18. So x squared minus 3x minus 18. So x and x, so we've got 3 and 6, 9 and 2, 18 and 1. So how do I get 3x and 6x to make minus 3x? Well, 3 and 6, how do I get them to make minus 3? Well, it's minus 6, add 3 gives us a negative 3. Does positive 3 times negative 6 give me negative 18? Yes, it does. So those are my two brackets, x plus 3, x minus 6. So what happens when we've got a number at the front? So 3y squared minus 8y plus 4, so it's 3y and y. So it's 2 and 2, 4 and 1, or 1 and 4. We've got to do it both ways round because the 3 could multiply the 1 or the 3 could multiply the 4. So here 3 times 2 is 6, so 6y and 2y. How do I get 6y and 2y? Remember 3 times 2 because you're multiplying is 6y and 2y. How do I get them to make negative 8 if they're both negative? So negative 6, take away another 2 gives me negative 8. And is negative 2 times negative 2 positive 4? Yes, it is. That's my two brackets, 3y minus 2, y minus 2. Finally, on this one, here we've got 20 minus 15a minus 5a squared. There is a common factor. We can take out the minus 5. By taking out the minus 5, we're leaving ourselves with a positive a squared, positive 3a, and minus 4. If we check, minus 5a squared, minus 15a, minus plus 20. So all we're doing is we're factorising this one. So a squared plus 3a plus 4. So a and a, 2 and 2, 4 and 1. I don't have to do it both ways because these are the same. So can I get 2a and 2a to make 3a? No. So I cross them out. Can I make 1a and 4a make positive 3a? Yes, I can if it's positive 4 minus 1. Do positive 4 times negative 1 make negative 4? Yes, they do. So those are my two brackets, and that's it fully factorised.